Hey guys, welcome back to another Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath video commentary. I'm Agr3ss1vePanda, and I know what you're thinking. You're like, Agr3ss1ve, where were the videos last week? Well, I know I was a little bit busy. I'm getting more busy. I did get a little bit of spare time, but I use that to play the game. Obviously, if I haven't got a lot of time, I just want to play. Frontline, of course, I've got a few episodes lined up, so we will be bringing you some of that. We've got a few players here today, of course. So we've got eric0797, which is Encore. Probably going to refer to him as Encore, and Agr3ss1vePanda as well. That's right, Passive Panda. He's got some other fun names as well, but we'll keep those on the down low. But Blackhand versus GDI, the classic matchup here. Probably people's favorite matchup because it tends to be the most explosive. But if we jump in, we're on Winter Meltdown here. And moving across to the right-hand side, we're going to be seeing playing as the GDI faction. It is going to be Agr3ss1vePanda here. Again, you have a safe spike in the corner. You guys probably should know this map as well. It crops up every now and then. We have Eric over here, aka Encore, as Blackhand, moving to his safe spike location here. But again, you've got an expansion down here, which is usually the last expansion you take. There's a center one, which isn't really grown at all. Same as mirror on the other side. Your natural expansion is usually north of you if you start on the left-hand side there. And in Panda's case, it would be to the south here. There's a very vulnerable entrance here. I like the way the map is designed. I mean, I probably said this before, but originally I sent this design concept to Predator, and after a few weeks of designing and building and discussion, it ended up being an entirely different map. But essentially, I could probably put the plans on the screen. Maybe you guys could have a look at it. But yeah, the map turned out a lot different to what I originally designed it as. So, I mean, I didn't make the map, of course. So Predator did. You know, he probably spent He probably spent 10-20 hours making a map like this. I'm not sure how long it takes him. Sometimes I think he says up to 50 hours to produce a map, or it takes a really long time to build these maps, and he's made like 30 of them, so he's a bit of a legend. But we're going to concentrate a bit more on this map here because we can see a flame rush coming out here. Harvest comes out right on time, 16 seconds versus the 15 seconds of the operations center. It just times out nicely. No upgraded power plant, which means it's going to be a reckoner, because if it wasn't, you really should just upgrade the power plant. Sells it off, doesn't have a second operations center. He's actually going for another refinery, and he's going to get scouted as well. Look at that. So he's going really cheap on this reckoner rush here. One Blackhand Panda probably doesn't know it's only one Blackhand. I mean, he didn't really see the Blackhand get in. He knows one got dropped out. But this one Pitbull, and Marcel even said it, the one Pitbull doesn't counter it. The one Pitbull is hard countering it right now. He really can't do a lot. Right now, that one Pitbull is just keeping tabs on it, and every time he takes a swing at it, he knocks off a big chunk of health. So yeah, unfortunately, Encore is going to have to do something with that. He's going to try to drive off and hide behind these cabals, but unfortunately there is some dudes here and they will get killed. He's going to use it, I think, just to clear the garrisons, which is also very strong. That Pitbull is going to get flamed down a little bit. I don't believe he'll be destroyed. Lost half of his health. You really got to watch that. But Encore has expanded behind this. Agr3ss1vePanda now reaching his expansion a tad too far away. I reckon he could have got a bit closer there. His refs might be a little bit too close together. More Pitbulls were forced out, so he's only got 4 harvesters. He has yet to produce his 5th harvester. Encore, on the other hand, does have 5 harvesters, so essentially he's ahead in the economy, but he just doesn't have the units which Panda has. Panda has half dozen Pitbulls floating around. He just has this lone reckoner. And he's pumping out an engineer, so I'm assuming he's going to put that into the reckoner, taking a bit of unnecessary damage here. So he's actually going to run down the bottom of the map. Rocket Squad's coming out now as well. That will help prevent against any Pitbull harassment, which is coming down here. But of course, Encore knows about it. He's spotted it, and I think that's why he's sending some of these rocket troopers down. He doesn't have any money to continue producing those. He's only got 1 squad. He might have to micro the harvester back. No micro just yet. Micros the Pitbulls back up. Panda deciding not to engage. Can only see 1 rocket, but he's probably pretty sure there's more coming. 6 harvester actually comes out, going to the expansion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's actually got 7 harvesters there, so wow, he's really going heavy. The Reckoner, not sure where it is, but the Blackhand are at the base, so the Reckoner is probably not doing too much right now. These garrisons on this map are really important, by the way. You've got to take those to keep those scouting paths open. What's happening up here? Fair chunk of harvesters. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. What's with 6 harvesters this game? These guys here really like 6 harvesters on 1 base. You don't really need it. Oh, he does deploy. Oh, he had an engineer inside. Oh, I don't think he intended to deploy that, but Panda was looking And he was, maybe he did intend to deploy it, maybe he was tricking him into thinking there was black hand in it and then jumped out the engineer, but the fact of the matter is it's going to take a few seconds for the engineer to capture his construction yard. So he slowed his build down, he forced him to cancel whatever he was building, but now Panda is double war factory. This Reckoner will probably be cleaned up, these Cabals in here will eventually be cleaned up as well, and that Reckoner of course is grunting in vision, so he can see everything in this area right now, so that's a bit of a plus, but he does push the Cabals out. The Cabals are trying to make a run for the next structure. That's really good by Encore. You should really try to hold on as long as possible, and he's going to save this scout. So he's going to get another garrison, just keep his vision open here, which is really important. AP ammo is probably just about done. Oh, power goes down low. Do we see any harassment? No, it's just Panda putting down a bit too many structures for what he can handle. Might want to power micro or upgrade something. Let's see what Encore has been doing now. No army here, no army here. Wow, he's actually got some bite buggy, so that's fine. The bite buggy is going to have to be used for defensive purposes shortly because these APCs are making a move on his main. It's just APCs though, so he can kite these. If there were Predator tanks there, kiting would not be as much of an option because, you know, one Predator shell into a bike or a buggy is going to be doing a lot of damage. Pumping out a rocket squad is essentially mute at this point. Yes, you've got double racks, but actually build a Cabal squad there. Bite buggy coming in. He's got to watch out for the minefield. He knows it's there. Please don't drive over it. Oh, he kind of spliced it a bit, but he will clean it up. And these APCs are a little bit vulnerable here. They are trapped. Some rocket squads firing from range who are defending this this corridor over here. And the bite buggy now kiting in and out, running back and forth. The Scorpion tanks are just straight up engaging. They do not even care. And unfortunately, Aggressive Panda, this little poke, I think it definitely overstepped his mark. He should have pulled back once he forced units out, but instead he just has given him away quite a number of APCs. He traded a little bit. He did a bit of damage to Bite Buggy. No counter harass by the looks of things. Panda now is moving to the center field. He does have a couple of Predator tanks here with an APC. More Predator tanks coming because he's got double War Factory. Doesn't really have his flanks open. He's actually got four Predator tanks. It's a little bit too much to be keeping around there, I think, for the defense. And there is a battle marker down here. We see Black Can squads trying to engage Pitbulls. They're going to spot that, but Eric, aka Encore, has really no counter harassment. I can't see anything on the map going down the sides. And it looks like Panda is forming up for another push. He does have Dozer Blades on his Scorpion tanks, but he's going to be coming up against Predator tanks. And the Predator tanks have a decent amount of number here. They're just going to fall back to the APCs for reinforcements, but Predator tanks are simply better than Scorpions. And there's Hammerheads here now, and Encore has nothing to counter these Hammerheads right now. He's got some Bite Buggy here, so that's going to keep him safe for a little while. There's only 5 Hammerheads here, so he can definitely scare this away. But look at this second MCV. Wow, he's going double MCV, and I think Panda sees it as well. I think he realizes, hang on a second, there's an MCV down there, and you've got one of your expansion. It's definitely double MCV. The Obelisk coming down now, and this will definitely help him defend. Battle markers raging over. He does deploy over there as well. He is going to engage. We can see battle markers happening on the other side of the map. I don't think it's too important, and it looks like Encore, a bit of a messy engagement for both players, but Encore will hold tight here. The Hammerheads I can see on the radar are falling back. A few more tanks will be picked off, and he might be able to pick these Pitbulls off. Killing every unit is important. He doesn't want the GDI player to mass too much, because if there's way too much ground force for him, the Obelisk will not be as effective here. Moving around to this area now, he's probably got, yeah, he's trying to push an MCV over here, and he puts down a SAM turret. There is an Obelisk here as well in a weird location. He's trying to focus this down. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to. He needs to building block. He needs to he loses the Obelisk, unfortunately, and he has a SAM turret there, so he's going to be able to scare these guys away. But yeah, he actually drops the MCV. It was in a little bit of a choke. He could have put buildings in front of it, but Panda moved his units there. He probably acted a little bit too slowly, and now Encore will be cleaned up, and that was his push there. I mean, he's lost his MCV, which is really important. Hammerhead's getting shot up a little bit unnecessarily there. A few of them will go down. The Bite Buggy now trying to engage. They will snipe one more off before these guys will escape. Harvest is now stealing Tiberium. Oh, that's unfortunate. He's got a heroic bike here now, and he will be able to clean up the remainder of the Hammerheads, which is a little bit unfortunate. But we have the Predator tanks now moving through. They will find just a single Obelisk here. Second one does pop up, but he does drop the first one, and now it's just one Obelisk. He should be able to focus it down. He's probably going to target, yeah, the most undamaged Predator tanks, because they'll be really easy to pop once they have that low health there, but unfortunately not able to cause enough damage. Battle marker's still over here. The Bite Buggy is still dropping these Hammerheads that are flying over here. He's got to really be careful. And now he's starting to target the power plants, because obviously, oh, he's actually got 2 MCV MCVs here as well. Wow, he's actually managed to recover this, and he's got an Obelisk trap here. Panda trying to focus down the power plants, but that one power plant is not going to be enough, and he pops down a Tib Chem plant. There must be plenty of power in the bank for him right now. That Obelisk there will fall, but another 2 Obelisks are on the way, 10 seconds away, and they will be done. There's a lot of power here, very vulnerable because there's a lot of buildings here, which means the Obelisk can be placed behind structures. What is this? That's going to be C Tiberium for sure. I'm not sure if any clicks went off. A click did go off in the middle, so we can see no refiners there for Panda. Panda might run out of steam here. Panda. But he is going to start focusing the power plants, hoping he can drop the power. But unfortunately, they're just getting placed down as fast as they can be destroyed. And look at it, he placed 3 down. Does he have 3 MCV? I'm not 100% sure. I don't want to check just yet. He's going to try to focus the Obelisk now. He might just be able to get it. What's happening over here? We've got a Vapor Bomb. We do have an MCV which has snuck back into the gap here again. And I do believe that is going to be a Vapor Bomb to try to focus down the MCV. That will do a lot of damage to the MCV. Wow, that was an amazing amount of damage. And the Obelisk here now should be able to one more shot. Oh, no power. No power. The Spreader Tank succeeded in taking down the power plants. Power Micro is on the cards here unless he did place some more down. He's going to try to focus down that Tech Lab now. Panda does lose the MCV, so it will fall, unfortunately. This Predator Tank's all over the place. They're not condensed, and this is going to be a bit of a problem. He's trying to take down the Tech Center. He might actually get the Tech Center. This will stop the Obelisk push for at least momentarily, but I mean, most of the Predator Tanks have been dealt with, and he will lose his Tech Center, unfortunately. So Nova Obelisk, that Obelisk was in a really good spot, completely surrounded by buildings. 2 Predator Tanks will escape. There's a Predator Tank over here, but to be honest, these can very easily be cleaned up by infantry. Panda is trying to leech over here. Looks like Encore is doing it as well. Is he still leeching down there? Not quite. Has a heroic bike down there. Could be doing something like that. He's got a Black Hand over there as well. Panda is pushed out of the middle, and there is an MCV here, so not sure what he's planning to do with that. And as you can see, the infantry now, even Cabal's just trying to clean up these last Predator tanks because, you know, they probably can. I'm surprised he didn't get Charged Particle Beam. It's usually worth getting that almost every single game. Oh, look at that. An MCV actually got sniped down. I'm not even sure what that was doing over there. It looks like Encore did move one of his MCVs, but it actually got taken out. That's unfortunate. And now this one Obelisk here is going to be fighting a lot of Predator tanks, and of course there's Hammerheads as well. No more Obelisk support as well. He might have to drop down some SAM turrets behind these structures and then try to get some more. Bikes are actually coming out. They could flank. There's actually too many Predator tanks here to do that. That's not going to work. He's going to go up here. I think he realizes with all the missing Tiberium, he knows there's harvesters there. He's going to find them. Looks like that bike buggy might have been taken out, but there's one buggy remaining. Does not quite pop that Hammerhead, unfortunately, but harvesters are being popped over here. So both sides taking out each other's harvesters. I'm not sure about the Obelisk placement here. I would have put them behind structures because right now they're just getting focused down. That's not very good placement there from Encore, and now he realizes, there we go, finally starts putting them behind structures. SAM turret will come down as well, so it's good management between Obelisk and SAM turret here, which is really difficult to do when a GDI player is doing this. He will actually be able to pop this last Hammerhead here, and then it will just be ground cruise. Instantly sells that, doesn't need it anymore. Should be focusing down that heavily damaged Predator tank, but he's shooting at the wrong one. He's actually going to lose another MCV here. I believe this will be the 3rd one to fall, and it will go down, unfortunately. This structure here is history, but what is Panda doing in the meantime? He's just building units. He's not building an MCV. He's purely building units, and he's leeching. And I believe that Encore has a few bikes left. I'm not sure if he lost all of them or where they were or what they were doing, but they will come back over here, and left unchecked, they will destroy these harvesters. They do have Tiberium core missiles, so that means they will destroy these harvesters reasonably quickly, but Panda does not even care. He's going for the main base. Infantry is now being flooded out. He could just go for Fanatics, and that would seal the end of that. He's actually going to fight with his harvesters, actually kills one of the Tiberium core bikes, and Encore is not paying attention. He might actually lose. He lost his bikes. He's got one harvester left there, and he needs to get that back to work, but unfortunately there's no infantry coming out. I'm not sure what happened to the infantry. There's a lot of Predator tanks here. There's a battle marker over here as well, harvesters fighting other harvesters. There is some infantry over here. There's some Tib core bikes coming in, but they are literally just flowing straight into these Predator tanks. They cannot engage these Predator tanks, and he just needs to stop these tanks right now. He needs to stop them. He needs to kill them somehow. It doesn't matter if he loses a lot in the process. That Tib Chem plant, I think he could probably just get rid of that, ditch it, see you later. I believe he must have a tech center somewhere. I can't actually see it because I don't think he had Tib core missile before, but he has it now. And all of a sudden he's in a lot of trouble. More tanks just single filing across the map. Cabal drafts are not going to cut it, unfortunately. There is an Obelisk back here, so eventually he's going to have to get in range of that. Sells off the operations center, which means no Fanatics. He does have the chem plant, will sell the chem plant off. He just needs infantry. If he just builds infantry, he will win this game. Unfortunately, that harvester is making a very mad dash through those Predator tanks. That will not work. And yeah, if he had an operations center, he could have just built Fanatics and just easily clean this up. But the rocket squads will probably be able to do the job as well, as long as they don't just get crushed. They're getting popped right out the barracks here. I'm not sure what Encore's plan is, More harvesters flowing straight through the combat area here. That is not good. Another harvester and a third harvester here as well. That's unfortunate. Encore is being completely overwhelmed. He's bringing all his Q move for certain then, I reckon, because he's got all of his cabals coming in and he needs to be able to do damage to these guys here. He's losing harvesters. He needs to pull the harvesters back towards his infantry, but unfortunately he's letting them be destroyed. That's not the way you do it, Encore. All of his harvesters now are going down. Now there's 2 harvesters left, 1 harvester remaining, and I don't think it matters anymore if these tanks are cleaned up, which they should really be cleaned up, because Encore has no harvesters and it doesn't really matter anymore. No harvesters means no Tiberium. Does he have a war factory? He does have a war factory. He has no money, unfortunately. He sells his MCV. There you go. And he's going to go for a counter attack here. There's only APCs left by the looks of it for Panda. There's one bike. There is one bike. It's trying to harass over here. It's not getting a lot done. Battle markers over here as well. He's got to watch out, Panda, if he engages with these buildings, or Encore could simply just jump into the buildings and cause him a lot of problems. I believe there was a Tibcore bike there. There's a Tibcore bike getting cleaned up. Unfortunately, can't afford to lose those ones. Did he pump out a harvester? No, he doesn't. He doesn't actually have a harvester. He might just have to sell his power plants here, although that would be pretty risky because once he does get a harvester out, building anything else would be incredibly difficult. But Encore has a big bunch of infantry over here. That harvester will probably die. Panda looks like he's trying to move it away, but unfortunately that will be destroyed. I'm not sure how many harvesters Panda has remaining. There is one harvester down here. It's almost been destroyed. There's 3 more harvesters over here, so he does have another harvester there as well. He does have harvesters floating around. But unfortunately, for Encore, he needs harvesters pretty fast. Look at that. Destroyed structure building on the actual floating in midair there. I don't think you've seen that before. The game surprisingly has few issues like that with destroyed structures. They mainly work very well most of the time. We have a bike coming out. Wow, he's got 2 harvesters. Okay, so apparently he had 2 harvesters. I didn't even see where he got those from. But he's going to have to go defend them now because these 2 pit bulls will actually be able to destroy them. And now he's engaging, and look at this, he's engaging right out in the open, and Panda's going to be able to crush with his Predator tanks. He's going to be able to shoot them up with his APCs, and that infantry cloud is pretty much history. Made a little bit of a mess of it. Probably could have taken nowhere near as much damage, even finishing off a couple more extra units there. But I believe the the pit bulls actually got cleaned up by the bikes. So there you go. He's got Tibcore, so if he constructs enough bikes and he micros with them, he can focus down some of these units. The APCs will have a pretty hard time trying to destroy those bikes if they keep moving. But Agr3ss1vePanda Panda here, some of these harvesters, that harvester for sure is not moving, so he needs to probably send these guys to long range mine. I don't think he has any long range mining going on at all. No, he doesn't appear to have any long range mining happening. He's got harvesters, but they're all on dry fields, which means he can't really fund what he's got. He could probably sell another what do you call it, another power plant or 2, maybe even get rid of one of his war factories, because he definitely can't power both of them right now. Battle markers down here. The bikes have found these harvesters, and there's no defense here, and they're already so heavily damaged. He's like, yeah, field day. And he will be coming in to destroy all 3 of these harvesters. He just doesn't want to focus down his own units. He will get one. There is a Predator tank here, so that will save him for the time being. But unfortunately, not able to get a good angle there. And Encore does get a good angle. And he will get out only 1 bite for a couple of harvesters. I'll take that any day of the week. But his one and only war factory now is going to be camped. Oh my god, he doesn't have anything to stop this. He has to defend this out right now. This bike needs to move. Oh, he's taken, no, too long, way too long. I don't think he can overwhelm these forces here once this structure goes down. There are some bikes coming from the top. I believe there are some bikes coming from the bottom as well. Has he only got 4 bikes? No, there are some more bikes here as well, so he needs to kite pretty crazy right now and target down those damaged units. He will be targeting down the damaged units. That bike will survive. He might actually be able to defend this if he gets the damaged bikes behind these units here, and he will pop another one. Oh, he's got elite bike. If he can get a heroic bike, he can actually defend this area here. It's not the APCs he needs to be worried about, it's the Predator tanks. He needs to actually get some repairs. He needs to figure out how to get some repairs here actually. And look at this, just putting damage onto these guys here. And that is going to hurt if he gets a heroic bike. Not quite. That bike needs to get a kill shot for sure. This is super intense right now. Reinforcements are coming for Panda, so he's only got a limited time to do this. And almost pops that APC. If that bike there shoots first, which it will. Heroic bike? No, not quite. It doesn't go heroic. He could pop this other APC. It is out in front. It will fire. This could be a heroic bike. He gets... Oh, no, it goes down. Oh, he got a heroic and it just went down. Oh, Encore. Oh, no. Oh no, that could have been the game. A Scorpion tank is out though. There's a Scorpion tank here now, but there's 2 more. Oh my god, there's 4 more Predator tanks coming. No, these bikes don't see them. They get flanked, and that's it. Oh man, Encore with the heroic bike. I mean, you might think there's reinforcements here, but if he had a heroic bike, he can just kite that. You know, he can take a shot or 2. It takes about 4 or so Predator tank shots to kill a heroic bike, and look at that. Oh man, Encore, the end of that game. Oh, that could have gone either way. He just needed to not lose. It got heroic, and he needed it. I thought it was going to get away for sure. I thought, yeah, he fired and he moved, but it just exploded. It got hit with a tank shell. I didn't even see that. Oh, man, poor Encore there. He totally deserved to win that game there. But Panda also played pretty well. But after he lost his MCV, he was just like, oh, well, whatever, I'll just build endlessly from my war factories. Encore could have cleared. I don't understand how he had such a hard time cleaning that up. There was a severe lack of infantry. So cheap for Black-Handed pump out. So easy to defend against what Panda was doing there. But he just didn't seem to have it, and he let his whole base get shredded. Maybe flame upgrade, he could have definitely have used that, but yeah, he could have just pumped out Fanatics against all those Predator tanks, and those Fanatics would have just absolutely decimated them right then and there, but unfortunately did not happen. Almost a 20-minute game there, 139,000 to 130,000, so almost 10 grand more to Panda. Not terribly important in a game that was that long, although 20 minutes isn't really too long, I guess, but in a game of that duration anyway, that's what I was talking about. But yeah, well done to both players, well done to Panda there for winning that game, and well done to Encore there as well. But I just felt it could have gone Encore's way, but unfortunately that's how it rolls. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm going to do my best to bring you some more videos ASAP. I'm Green0, and I'll catch you all in the next video.